Hi you guys, welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Kristin. I am a channeler and intuitive, and here I share messages that are mostly channeled. And in today's video I wanted to talk a bit about the mental field of the human and of the collective, because this is where a lot will be unfolding and happening. It will be in the forefront this week and the coming period. If you listen to the meditation that I channeled and put out yesterday, you will have heard some messages around this, because there were some messages in the beginning of the channeling of that meditation. If you haven't listened to it, I will put the link in the description box below so you can find that, and there you will also find all information to contact me if you want personal sessions, etc. Now, I went into more of another channeling yesterday with just more information about the mental field and what is actually unfolding. Now, what I said is that we are moving into a more expressed period, even volatile at times. Now, this is not to create fear, okay? So every time we hear messages like this, it's not to create fear. Well, it depends on how it's conveyed, obviously, but watch how you are reacting to it, because the reason why they were giving us this information is for us to have tools of how to meet and how to navigate whatever is coming up in the external world, so that we can move through it with more ease and grace, so that we can have a bit more of a gentle experience. Okay, so now that we are moving into this more expressed period, as I said, that means that the imbalances will be loud, and this will be seen both in the collective, like in a bigger way, but they really pointed out that it's also going to be seen through individuals, and that means that there will be imbalance in the mental field. So the clue for us, what is really important, if you get one thing from this video, it is that you have to practice, really practice, to see the polarities that are playing out, and to take a step back and come back into your body and get out of that mental field, out of only the thoughts and trying to figure out and thinking and being drawn into all kind of opinions and all of this. Just rest back, come back into you. Because when these imbalances in the mental field are being really highlighted, because there are a lot of people that are going through a lot, and it will create sort of chain reactions. It will also create reactions in individuals that can come sort of out of nowhere, because they are in an imbalance in the mental field. Now, the more you connect with you and the more you connect with your intuition, you will be guided. So trust, like, take this period also as a deep practice to come back into your intuition, to come back into following the guidance that you get as to where to be, at what point, what to do, who to connect with, where to take a step back, where to push through, you know, these kind of things. Follow the guidance within you on all of that. Now, they said that this week specifically there are a lot of dense energies that are moving, and they also talked about colliding and crashing. So that means they said that we can even hear it. So I don't fully know, because sometimes, you know, well, often they talk a lot in symbols and metaphors, and sometimes it's super specific, and practical as well. But they said that you can even hear the sound. It can be the earth, so I would not be surprised if we will have some earthquakes this coming week. But they also said that it's both the earth, and there will be things colliding, and that will not be very gentle. So this can be both the very literal sense that the plates on the earth is sort of crashing and moving, right? It can also mean that the dense energies in the system of individuals are moving, and with the imbalance, then as this is releasing, and there's attachment to it, and it goes into the reaction and the action, and, you know, the projection of the human, that can also become loud and seen and heard. Again, they mentioned in this channeling that this is one of the main reasons why they were guiding, or why they told me to do that channel meditation yesterday, to have something to come back to and to lean into that structure of the skeletal system. You can also use other structures in the body that feels, really solid to you, that feels safe, that feels like something is holding up. Now they said that the collective mental field is not healthy. And it really helpful for us, each and every one, is to focus on embodiment. Embodiment during movement and embodiment during rest. So it's about coming back to your body. Be in your body when you're moving your body. Whatever you're doing, when you're going for a walk, whether you're going to the gym, whether you're hiking in nature, whether you're dancing, whether you're, whatever you're doing of movement, any yoga, anything, when you're moving your body, be in the body, be connected with your body. And when you are in rest as well, instead of just going out to distractions or just starting to, get the head moving and chattering, let that chatterbox have a rest and come back to your body. They said that if you are connected to the mental field of another individual, or you're connected to, and we always are, right? But this is if you forget to lean back into you, and you get more connected to the mental field of another human or to the collective, you can be led a bit off path now, because there's such strong energy. So it's easy to just sort of go with it without having the awareness of that actually happening, and then you will just be led by this pattern of thought forms, and you will probably be led potentially a bit off path, but you will of course come back as you will learn from it, and you will have the awareness at some point on that journey, and you will come back. But of course the journey for us will be more gentle if we have this awareness and we can observe, really come back into that observer mode and watch what is going on. They also mentioned interference. And again, they said it's about resting back, coming out of the mental field. The interference now with humans from other energies are mostly in the mental field. Now, those are mainly thought forms. So these are thought forms, thoughts that are being thought by many, many humans. It's being energized, and it takes a form eventually, and it sort of has a consciousness, and it moves because there's so much energy that is being made by the human. There's also, that is the main one, but there's also frequencies or energies that are not of the highest, that are attached to thought forms and the mental field, because that is where it's most easy to come in, because there is an imbalance. And again, this is not about creating fear, this is about having the awareness so that you can know how important it is to practice coming out of that mental field and coming into your embodiment, because that is where your power is, that is when you remember that you are a sovereign being, okay? And also they said, always remember that you have a choice. This is the playing field of the human. You can choose which door you open. So whether you want to go, on that whole journey in your mental field, and you want to get fully immersed in your thoughts and in those loops, you can do it. It's your choice, right? Or you can choose, when you are seeing and having the awareness that, oh, I'm being sort of invited here to go into this mental loop, or attached to all of these thoughts and fully believe them, or whatever that might be. You can do that, or you can choose not to. You can choose resting back into your body, and you can choose not to go on that journey. So that is the choice of the human. Now what I said is that what is happening is this big imbalance. This comes from both actually the electromagnetic field on the earth shifting, because that is actually affecting the mental field. And it's also about, as I've mentioned several times, and I came back to this again and again, it's about embodiment. So it's about coming back into the body, out of the thoughts and the mind, just being there constantly, because that also stops the flow of energy in the body, because we don't let the body actually have the energy and move things through. It's about choice, like I just mentioned, and it's about learning not to believe our thoughts. So this is a whole journey that we are on. They said that beliefs, thought forms, ideology, and teachings are all things that create this imbalance. Now, most of these, so it's not about this being something bad, most of these are actually coming from a good intention. Most teachings, most ideologies, many beliefs, not all, but it's coming from a good intention. The problem is that we have attachments to it. The problem is that we link it to our identities. So our identity can very easily be connected to believing in something. And this is where the problem happens, or the challenge, because then if we attach to an ideology, if we attach to a certain belief, and we forget that this is an aspect of everything, it is not the one and only truth, and we attach to that being the only truth, and that is our only reality, and that is the only thing we can see, then that will create friction with other beings, with other ideologies, with other beliefs, with other teachings, whatever that is, right? And that will then make the polarity play out even stronger until we can see it, and it will sort of burst, and we will see that it's a spectrum, it's different perspectives of a complete whole. And as the attachment to the perspectives are energized, the attachment to the perspectives energizes the perspectives. That creates friction, and there we have the polarity. And I said that the thing we learn the most though, from now until, I mean, you can say this for years, being on the journey that we are expanding our awareness, and we live in a dimensional field of polarity. This is not something that we will learn only for a short period of time, but it will be sort of in the forefront of the next 6 months. It will be very highlighted, is what I've said. And if you watched my videos earlier this spring as well, you've heard several messages about polarities. This is something that keeps coming again and again and again. They keep talking about polarities in different, whether it's different messages they are conveying, they always tend to come back to polarities and show the same topic in the picture of polarity as well. So this is really, really a big overarching theme now. Yes, they also said there are intricate patterns of thought. So in the mental field of the collective, it's a really intricate pattern of thoughts. And what also happens that we are not always aware of is that when you're thinking one thought, that connects you, because then that is energizing it, right? And then that is connecting you to other thoughts in this pattern in the collective field. So suddenly you are on a whole journey with your thoughts and you don't even know where it comes from. Well, that is because you are connected to the mental field. You are thinking a thought and then maybe another one, and then you are like on the journey in this web of thoughts in the mental field. So this is also how we can very easily be sort of led off. So come back into your body, have the awareness, no fear, because fear is another thing that gets us right into that mental field, and we can get lost there for a while. So come back to your body, breathe into your body. Embodiment is going to help you. Awareness of coming back, not being drawn into that polarity. Oh, I need to have an opinion either against or for this thing. I need to be in the polarity. I'm being dragged into this friction because I think that this is the one truth. I think that, you know, this is, if I'm going to be this person that I see myself being, I have to have an opinion about this, or I have to attach this belief or this ideology or whatever it is to my identity, and there we get blinded. So this is what to be aware of now and the coming time. It's going to be very, very highlighted. I hope this is helpful for you guys. Please share the video if it helped you. Also subscribe, like the video, please share in the comments. All of this really helps and supports my work, and you know, those algorithms, so I'm really grateful to everyone doing that. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.